Hey, I'm Mindy Kniss. This is the Daily Rage. Let's take a look at what happened in the markets this week and see if we can determine where we might go from here. So let's begin with the micro Dow. And by the way, huge welcome to new subscribers. It is awesome to have you here. I'm super grateful that you decided to click that little subscribe button. So this is the Dow, and check this out. Like, you can't make this stuff up. These were our short targets from last week. I usually do these longer videos on Fridays, and we busted through this one earlier in the week. So congrats to those of you that went short. And then today, we almost exactly found that level of support. What is our low here? Okay, 43,822. That's literally 3 points away from where we said that our target was. So this stuff works, my friends. Okay, so you may have made money to the short side. Now that we have passed through both the turning line and the standard line, the likelihood that there is more downward trajectory is like fairly decent. However, maybe we'll have a Santa Claus rally. So you have to just show up next week and see what is in store for us. But anyway, for now, let's get these things in their proper places for our next targets. I always am going to give you guys two targets to the high side and two targets to the short side. That means if on any one of the days, or really any one of the minutes that you're looking at the market and it turns around, which it definitely can do, you're going to work toward that next target. So I'm always taking the price action, current price, I should say, in the middle, and then you'd have 1 and 2 to the low side. As for high side targets, let's just see if we can get back to there. That would be the turning line, and here will be target 2. Micro S&P. We also took out our short targets, not just once, but then we bounced up and came back and did it again. In this case, well, in both cases, we took out both target 1 and target 2, although I guess I had those very, very close from last week for whatever reason I did that. So let's shift these down. Let's see. Let's use that just because this is turning into a bit of a spinning top situation, and there is quite a bit of wick on today's candle. So that would be, I mean, you could, let's even just go to this next one because that's like right there. So let's make this target 1, and then we'll go this target 2. I love this where it's come up, 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 up. Little pause on this one, but then strongly up on that one. Pull back and then pew, bounce off like a trampoline. That's what we have right there. So that's a great level to pay attention to. This one up here is a little ambitious at this point. So we can bring it on down, and let's just go here. We'll keep that one as target 2, again, to the high side. So that's only if we get ourselves turned around and heading higher. However, in this case, we are now in between the turning line and the standard line. So your guess is as good as mine in that situation. Micro Nasdaq is the only one green of the indexes today, so it had just a stellar day. I was talking to the folks in the live trading room this morning and essentially saying like the Nasdaq showed up to play today. Why? Because it gapped up on the open of the futures market last night and it just pushed higher. It was a really nice day for some good moves. Now, granted, it couldn't sustain that. We did make that's an all-time high right there. And oh, by the way, we hit our target. Whoo! Okay, so congrats to everybody on that. We just peaked right above it. You can see the high was 21,908. We were just slightly below that, so your target would have absolutely been filled if you were using that as your goal. So that is awesome. What we can do is let's just see if we can do it again. So let's get back to that, and then we'll keep this one as target 2. As for the low side, though, I am going to, let's see what we want to do here. I'm going to go here as target 1 because, again, came up strong, pull back, and then bounce. Love the trampoline situation, and we're going to make another one like that right here. What did we do? We came all the way up, 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 pull back, and big, big bounce on that one. So those are some really nice looking levels. This little Russell is definitely on the struggle bus today. It was down the worst of the index is. And I'm doing that based on percentage, not necessarily net, obviously, because they're all different values. But that's not looking so hot. We are below everything. Not yet flipped that parabolic SAR, but not too far away from it. So likely we'll just head down further to the cloud, unless, like I said, Santa Claus shows up next week. That's pretty close. Let's go down. Let's do this. Let's go to that. And this, nice. Look at that. Whoo, nice spike down fractal, almost a perfect fractal. I love that. As for the high side, let's pull this down to the standard line. And then let's go for this little spike here. That's not quite where I want it. Okay, that looks good. Now let's move on to the crypto micro Bitcoin. You know, it had such a extraordinary move recently, and then it's just kind of gotten stuck in this consolidation little channel. So, you know, not the end of the world by any means, but just be careful because there are some big up days and big down days. Now, in this case, we're talking about the micro Bitcoin futures, I should say. So these are teensy tiny contracts. If you want to get just a little like piece of the crypto futures markets, the micros are a really easy way to get in because it's a super low margin and it's a very tiny contract. So let's look though at what happened here. We did take out target 1 to the short side, which is great. So last week was that high point, and this week we kind of just got a little bit stuck. So we have some tight ranges the last couple of days, but that's okay. We came down 2 days in a row and essentially bounced off that turning line. So likely, if I had to guess, we'd be moving higher once again. So I'm just going to keep those two up there, up top. And actually, all I'm going to do on this lower side is kind of tighten this up just ever so slightly. So we'll use this as target 1, this as target 2. Let's check out micro ETH futures. Now, it is not quite as stuck in that little channel situation. It had a much bigger drop, and then it's, you know, almost recovered that. So let's do this. Let's first get back to these highs here. That can stay as target number 2. That is, all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this one down because this spike down is pretty nasty. And let's see if we can hold this turning line. We'll just line it up right with that and use that as target 1. Gold looks like it got destroyed today, down 44 points as I make this video, 1.63%. Ouch. Whew, okay. But look at what we did. We came from down here in this consolidation. We just skyrocketed up to the top of the cloud and then essentially fell back down all the way within 2 days from above the cloud to back below the cloud. That's kind of saying a lot on a daily time frame. Like, doesn't usually do it that way, but hey, we will work with what we've got. Okay, so here is current price. Again, we are right at that standard line. And heading toward, we'll just keep that as target 1. You could go for this one. This could even be like an intermediate. And we'll use this as target 2. This would be target 3, of course, if we just fall off the world next week and just keep going down. As for the high side, however, because this is such a big candle, I'm just going to use the high-ish from today. And then we'll go up top here as target 2. And as an FYI, I always track these based on the overarching contract on the biggie. That is the @GC ticker symbol. Reason being is I just get more data than what these micro gold contracts. Actually, I need to, let's update this. This should be MGC, and it is now trading February. So that is G20, 25, not 24. It would help if I could spell it right. MGCG25. There we go. All right, now that is the correct one. Let's go on to silver. Silver had an even worse day, down almost 2% on the day. Okay, so we did take out these short targets. Fantastic. Congrats to those of you who took the trades. You know, it's one thing to hear like, oh, this is your target, or even to do it yourself, to analyze the chart yourself and say, oh yeah, this is my target. Great. It's yet another thing to place the trade, to put your money at risk to stake a bet on what you think is going to happen. And that's not easy. So I am always just, hugely supportive of those who are doing it, taking the trades, taking the risk, trusting themselves. But those look good for our upcoming targets. Let's move on to copper or micro copper. What I already don't like about this chart is how wicky these candles are up in here. Anytime I see a ton of wick like that, like these, that just means indecision. Even this one that had a much bigger range, but it was still a whole lot of wick, like yuck. I do not like that. We did take out target 1 and target 2 over the last couple days though, so awesome. And like it just doesn't look that great. We are below the daily cloud. So overall, technically that would be a short, and it could not sustain any of these little wicky bounces. So let's just go lower. Great. The next point is, I mean, that's really, why not? Let's just go for it. That's really, really, really close. It's, let's grab a few more. I don't know. That's too close for me. That'll probably happen in no time. Okay. So let's go here. And this will be target 1. I'm just going to scooch that up ever so slightly. All right. So target 1, target 2, this would be your target 3, also fairly close in there. As for the high side, let's first try to get back to this close to the high of today, because why? Like we'd have to work all the way back up to hit that. Okay, great. Sounds like a perfect target 1. Target 2, I'm just going to raise it up to that last candle back, the high of that, and we'll call it good. We'll see what happens next week. Wrapping this up with micro crude. All right, we took out target 1 and target 2 to the high side. Yay, let's see where we'll go from here. We did flip that parabolic SAR indicating higher. Cool, I'll take it. And let's see that, look where we ended, right at that resistance. Whew, I mean, I guess just slightly below that high. So I want to go just a touch more than that. Let's go here and then here as target 2. For the shorts, let's go here. And you know what? Let's just do it the same way we did that other one. Okay, so we'll keep these kind of tight in. That makes for easier targets. You don't have to go so far away. All right, my friends, well, that'll do it for the week ending December 13th. We only have 2 more weeks to go. Of course, Christmas is a holiday, so the markets are not open. That means 11 trading days left to see if you can meet your 2024 goals. Have an awesome weekend. I'm Mindy Kinnis. Thanks so much for watching.